Good evening. I'm Natasha Owens from Hutchins, Texas, and I am currently enrolled into the master's program at Full Sail in the entertainment business. I chose that career path because I found a passion with helping independent, inspired artists. I want to eventually start an artist management company so that I can help those artists that are not signed with a major label, those artists that they're not signed with a major company. I want to help those people find purpose, that they may still get the same platforms, the same experiences as those with those big companies. I found my life's task when I met my husband. He was a singer, but he wasn't quite a recording artist at that time. And when he was invited to the Pre-Stellars Awards, it required that he have original work. From there, he went into the studio, he began to record, and then he comes up with this crazy idea for me to manage him. Let me tell you, when I first heard the fact that he asked me to manage him, I began to laugh because I knew nothing of the industry. I didn't know anything about keeping royalties. I didn't know anything about the recordings or how to get it copywritten or any of those things. But from there, I learned hands on. I had an experience and I found the passion in learning those things on my own. Now, through that process, we've lost a lot of money. We found a lot of heartache. We found a lot of avenues that looked like doors open and they were slammed shut in our face. We did all of those things, and at the end of it, we gained something much more: life experience, how to help somebody else through what we lost. So from there, in the midst of that, I found my life's task, and that is to start an artist management company that can help those independent artists, no matter what the artistry is, whether it's dance, whether they want to be an author, film, production, producing, whatever type of artistry that they're in. I want to be that person for them that can help them get those same exposures as those with the big companies. Nothing wrong with the big companies, but we do know that at this point, everybody is not going to get signed. But to those who don't get signed doesn't mean that they can't exceed and excel and go above and beyond. That's what I learned this week in class, going through the strategies for finding your life's task. Return to your origins, the criminal inclination strategy, where Albert Einstein, he was a child and he was given this compass by his father. It wasn't the compass that he found the interest in, but it was the needle inside the compass. And as we continue on to read, I found about finding my perfect niche, about how to take something in this big, broad world. There are several artist management companies, but what's going to set me apart? What's going to make me different from any other company that's already out there? How do I find my niche? Well, I found my niche in helping those people, and I've learned that this week. Occupy the perfect niche with the darn strategy. Avoid the false paths. Avoid doing those things where it is the false motives take place. You're starting and you're doing things, but it's not for the right reasons. I've been there. I've been where there it is. When I was younger, I began to major in things that I thought would please my family. I always wanted to be a part of the industry. I always wanted to do entertainment. I always wanted to do something that helped other people in the nonprofit arenas, but I was told that I would never make it, that I'd be just like the rest of them, starving on the street, that wasn't a real career, that wasn't a real job. And to please other people, I began to move and to major and to work in fields that I didn't have a passion for. I did it, I excelled at it, I was good at it, but I didn't have passion. But when I was asked to manage my husband, it wasn't originally about the passion. It was more to prove them wrong, that I could make it in the industry and not be starving. Well, let me tell you, boy, because they spoke that, I guess I should have denounced it, because it happened. We didn't make money right off, but eventually, as we continue to learn and I continue to strive and find my niche and to find the way that I manage, the way that I do things, things begin to excel for my husband. I began to see the doors open before him, things I had never done or seen before. We got to get on the red carpet with Dr. Bobby Jones. He got to be the Artist of the Month with the Dorinda Clark radio show for September in 2014. He had the chance to share the stage with Kiki Shear and all of these amazing gospel artists. He's won 15 awards at Independent Artist Award shows. And they're still counting. And along the way, I found out that, wow, I really love this. Not to prove my family wrong, not to prove my friends wrong, but the fact that I loved it. I loved it. And I got a passion for it. And I made it my life's task to help other artists who's not signed get to where they're supposed to be. So in that false past, I still found purpose. And so I had to let it go. I had to let go of the past and the adaptations of those failures and those past things that people wanted me to be. And I had to move forward and find my way back home. I had to find my way back to do what it is that I need to do for my life's task.